Welcome to this week's episode of the Huddle. All of our fall sports are well into their seasons, so we're going to hear an update from Coach Garcia and Coach Naron. Then Coach Russell is going to talk to us about how the volleyball season is going so far.
What's up, sports fans? Last week, the varsity football team dropped a close game in the homecoming ball game against Plainview, but we did have an exciting football game with a lot of things to improve on. Looking forward to traveling to Perryton this week to take on the Rangers before the bye week for football. Boys golf traveled to Amarillo last week and played in the Amarillo Invitational and had a great showing. This week they'll travel to Borger for a triangular. Girls look to get back on track for golf next week. Junior high football is rocking and rolling. I'd like to give a special shout out to freshman football and JV football. Both teams 3-0 heading into the fourth week of the season. Congratulations to those guys.
What's up, Herd Nation? Volleyball is in the first round of district and heads out this week to Pampa as they battle the Lady Harvesters. The 7th and 8th grade volleyball team's next match will be in Plainview to take on the Lady Bulldogs. Good luck to all of them. The Herd tennis team will travel to Randall for their next match to take on the Raiders. The 7th and 8th grade tennis teams will travel to West Plains as they take on the Wolves. Good luck, tennis. The boys and girls varsity, JV, and junior high cross country teams will head down the road to Canyon for their next meet. Good luck, cross country. Go Herd.
Coach Russell, thank you for joining us today. Let's just start going into your season. You have a few games under your belt already. Just kind of talk about how it's going so far.
Yeah, we had a really great preseason and a good tournament season. I think it was filled with a really good balance of competitive matches and confidence-boosting matches. We worked through some rotations, we figured out our positions, and we kind of just built that team chemistry. Losing 6 seniors last year, we definitely have a lot different of a team now, different faces. The girls are playing next to different people on the court. So preseason was really all about finding out how we can play together to the best of our abilities.
That's great. Yeah, we've seen, just great things already from these girls, and especially kind of being almost a new team. A great preseason, like you said, and, just being able to watch them grow from the beginning of, August even to now has been amazing to watch.
Yeah, there's been a lot of growth, and as a team there's been a lot of growth, but also individually. We have a lot of really coachable girls and girls that are just happy to be involved and ready to work for whatever they want, and so it's a really fun group to coach, and it's really fun to watch them grow.
So out of this new group of girls, is there anybody so far that has just been standing out, that has been taking the lead and kind of helping the team just grow?
Yeah, absolutely. We have our 2 seniors, Sam Grajeda and Lexi Vallejo. Both of them have done a really good job in leading. We had a lot of meetings kind of in the beginning of, off season and preseason, just about how they can be the best leaders that they can for the team. And I think both of them have stepped into their roles individually that match their own personalities really well. So their leadership shines a lot, as well as, their abilities, especially now that district started. I think that both of them have really stepped up. They both play a huge role in our offense and defense, which is, really cool to watch them, be so important on both sides of that spectrum. So I'm really proud of them. And then, Lily Madrigal, she's our setter, and she's playing 6 rotations setting right now, which is a really tough job, and she's only a sophomore. So she's really, stepped up into that role and handled it very gracefully. She's super coachable, really fun kid to coach as well.
It's always great to have those players that kind of just step into that leadership role and help, the team just overall, and kind of guide, especially those new ones, into, the new era of the varsity play and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Our varsity returners have done a really good job of welcoming all of the new faces and, kind of setting the standard high. There's also Tegan Thomas. She's our other outside hitter, other than Lexi, and she's done a really, really great job too of setting high standards in practice as far as intensity, being a vocal leader on the court during games. I think we have a really good group of girls with personalities that mesh very well.
Definitely. Yeah, we can definitely tell just from the sidelines.
Yeah.
So far, is there anything that you've seen the girls already improve on since the beginning of your season?
Yeah, I mean, I think all around we've improved. You know, we've done a good balance in practices of breaking down, you know, our offense, defense, blocking, just breaking down those skills. And I think each and every one of them have grown tremendously. Just as the season has gone on, you know, they're getting more and more reps every day. So it's been really cool to watch. You know, and then also, like I said earlier, their team chemistry altogether has grown a lot. You know, I think we just mesh well on the court and off the court. So,
for sure, that's always great to have just such a close-knit team and be able to work, you know, like you said, not only on the court but off the court.
yes.
And then
absolutely.
talking about the court a little bit, let's talk about like the home advantage that y'all have.
Yeah, you know, Hereford's a great community. They really show up for their sports, and I think it's really cool for the girls to get to experience a home court like Hereford. You know, there's packed stands all the time, people dressing up to be on theme. You know, we do special events like the Future Lady Whiteface Night, Teacher Appreciation Night, Pink Out, and, you know, it's really cool to get to see everybody go all out for that. I think when, you know, we're in this tough of a district, the home court advantage and the home court energy is really beneficial for us. It really helps. It you know, inspires the girls. They want to work hard for their community, and they have a lot of pride in the name that they wear across their chests. So
Definitely. Well, I think, you know, it's important that we, you know, emphasize how much showing up for these girls makes a difference in their game, and just, you know, come on, come out, be loud, and let's cheer on our herd, because it helps them, it helps y'all, you know, just bring the energy.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yep, our girls definitely feed off the energy of the crowd, so the more the merrier.
yes. So come on out. If you haven't already come to a game, make sure you make one of their upcoming ones soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, Coach Russell, thank you. I have one more question for you today. Is there anything you'd like to say to Herd fans before we close out today's episode?
Thank you for everything and for showing up for our girls. We play on Tuesday night at home. So if you're in town, go ahead and come on out and watch. We play Saturday in Pampa. So if you want to make the drive, we'd love to have you.
Well, thank you so much, Coach Russell, and good luck this weekend in Pampa and also next week at home.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Catch us next week as we check in with Cross Country on their season. And as always, remember to go out, be loud, and support our herd.